tell us about Kiip, because we're going to move on to what your presentation was about in a moment, but you have a very interesting company, you're very mobile-centric. You help brands provide real rewards for digital accomplishments. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we basically started off with finding what were these mini dopamine rushes in people's daily lives, which actually came from the device and primarily from playing games. And we said, oh, okay, in these moments, rather than having an ad slapping you in the face, why not actually acknowledge that you had done something and actually reward you? And so that was the core of Kiip as a concept. And then we simply extrapolated it to other types of moments. So it started off with game moments, but now we're in fitness moments, food moments, sports moments, music, you name it. Like, so just the idea of taking daily habits and significant moments throughout the day and being able to serendipitously acknowledge someone is incredibly valuable for a lot of brands.
So if I'm on an app and maybe it's a gamified app and I accomplish something on my app, and what does the back end look like to then provide me with like a reward?
Yeah, so for example, it could be an app like AnyDo, which is a productivity app, and there's no gamification there. It's just a normal, you finish off a bunch of to-dos. Let's say you cross off a to-do after 3 p.m., for example, right? You're clearly still working, you're hitting the 3 p.m. wall. Serendipitously, Dunkin' Donuts can reward you with a free coffee, right? Yeah. So the idea of that, though, is Dunkin' was very strategic. They said, well, we have a 3 p.m. lull in foot traffic, and we want to drive more people to the store. However, it's a need for people, too. You're tired at 3 p.m., so why don't we find that need, combine it with the product, and be able to acknowledge you in that moment, and it's a beautiful thing.
I don't think I've ever asked you this before, but where did this idea for the company come from?
Yeah, I was 19 at the time, and I remember being on a plane. I saw people on their phones playing lots of games, and then I started to really be intrigued about gaming overall, because I was like, why are people so obsessed with this stuff? And there's a massive pool of behavior associated with it, and so whenever that happens as an entrepreneur, your gears start turning. You're like, why is this happening? Why? And I figured out that there's these achievements that were the core reason for people's addiction. And if I could somehow encompass these achievements and make some meaning out of them, then maybe I had a business. And so that's kind of how we started the company.
Did you always want to be an entrepreneur, always want to start your own business?
Never woke up one day and said, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, right? It never happened. I think I'm an enterprising individual. I like, finding value and providing that value to people. And I think when you have that need and that almost core way that you're driven as a person, you will naturally become an entrepreneur.